In the spirit of the Northwest, serving Oregon and Southwest Washington, this is Channel 2 News at 11 with Jeff Gianola and Julie Emery, Jim Little, Lou Gellos, and the entire Channel 2 News team.
Good evening, everybody. I'm Jeff Gianola. Julie Emery is off tonight. 42,000 people packed Civic Stadium in nearby Lincoln High School to hear the message of Dr. Billy Graham tonight. The event capped 2 years of planning and preparation for local crusade organizers and the thousands who've anticipated the evangelist's celebrated visit. Sheila Hamilton begins our coverage.
Rachel Christian says she changed her name when she found Christ. She sings in the choir at New Beginnings Church and provides interpretation for the deaf. She's worked with her church for nearly 2 years in preparation for Billy Graham's crusade.
He's everything that I respect in a preacher. He's everything that I respect in an evangelist. And I'm overjoyed because of it. I know that Portland's going to feel the same way.
At least 42,000 people agreed. Most of the crowd came at least 2 hours early to assure themselves a seat inside Civic Stadium. Although it poured before the event began, the rain lifted for Graham's address, much of it filled with Northwest humor.
When I heard the weather reports, I thought it would be pouring rain tonight. And it's a dry rain. You can feel it. Thank you.
But Graham's more serious messages reached out to newcomers in the audience, asking them to accept Christianity in their lives.
You didn't realize it when you came here. You didn't realize that your life was going to be changed and you were going to start walking a new road with the fellowship of Christ. But that's going to happen to many of you tonight.
Graham inspired hope and inspiration for practicing Christians and encouraged the audience to pray for newcomers. Graham's local crusade passed around donation slips to help the cause of evangelism in the Northwest, and Rachel Christian and her choir gave willingly. Although this is thought to be Graham's last crusade in the Pacific Northwest, from here the evangelist takes his message to yet uncharted territory, the land of Russia, where Graham says there are hundreds and thousands of people waiting to receive the word of God. Sheila Hamilton, Channel 2 News.
And with Civic Stadium quickly filled to capacity, a large crowd took advantage of another way to see the crusade's opening night. Nearby Lincoln High School served as overflow seating for hundreds of people hoping to see Billy Graham. A 38-foot television screen brought the crusade to the high school's football field. While some were disappointed about not getting into Civic Stadium, others felt the smaller crowd provided a more personal way for viewing Graham's sermon. Well, one of the major concerns during the crusade is parking for the throngs of people attending the event. But as Bob High reports, finding space for everyone seemed to go smoother than expected.
Private buses and TriMet shuttles jockey for position outside Civic Stadium, dropping off thousands of faithful. Inside the stadium, Don Best coordinates parking more than 600 buses scattered along side streets across Portland's west side.
It's going really well. We're happy with what we got set up, and we just we've designed the system, and now we got to make it fly.
Some crusaders gambled on finding a spot for their own cars.
Got here early to get a place to park and wait in line, so I did.
For us, they weren't too bad getting downtown, but you could see the freeways were backed up, starting to back up a little bit.
We have officers who are working all the bus parking zones around, and so far so good. Radio traffic indicates that things are going because nobody's saying much.
One long-time neighborhood resident says he's never seen so much traffic around Civic Stadium.
It's been pretty organized. I'm kind of surprised the way everybody's kind of trying to work together to get the people in and out.
Managers at the nearby Goose Hollow Inn said business was about normal, but fear parking hassles may turn away weekend customers. Meanwhile, down the street, this restaurant's owner hopes to cash in on the crowds.
I think by the law of average, some of them are going to stop here.
With 4 more days of this kind of activity, neighborhood residents, TriMet officials, and crusade organizers will all meet in the morning, trying to find out if they can make this operation run even smoother. In downtown Portland, Bob High, Channel 2 News.
TriMet estimates it's handled about 10,000 passengers on shuttle buses and Max downtown during tonight's crusade opening, and that level is similar to the biggest Rose Festival events. Well, looking at other news tonight, Northeast Portland community leaders want the National Guard to begin patrolling their neighborhoods in the wake of recent gang violence. Guard members were used in a limited capacity 3 years ago, but now residents want to bring them back in an expanded role. Tomorrow, the Vernon Neighborhood Association will ask the governor to declare martial law so soldiers will be able to patrol the streets. However, a formal request will have to be made by Mayor Bud Clark, and he says he's not ready to make that decision. Well, Portland police need your help tonight in finding a mentally impaired Southeast Portland woman. 37-year-old Hazel M. Carden has been missing since Sunday and was reportedly last seen Tuesday near the downtown Greyhound bus station. Carden is said to have the mental capacity of a child and is subject to blackouts. She's 5 foot 5 inches tall, weighs 186 pounds, has red hair, hazel color eyes. She was last seen wearing a medium blue coat, white tennis shoes, and carrying a blue backpack. Anyone with information is asked to contact Portland Police. Well, today, friends and family members paid their last respects to Corey Fay, the Sherwood teenager who disappeared and died on a hunting trip. The Jesuit High School gymnasium was packed with hundreds of people who came for the memorial service, among them his parents, Joe and Kim Fay, and Corey's young twin brothers.
May the choirs of angels come to greet you. May they speak you to paradise.
Corey Fay was remembered for his compassion and sense of humor. The teenager was buried this afternoon at Riverview Cemetery in Portland. More news ahead here on Channel 2. A wildlife fire near Spokane threatens dozens of homes, forcing the evacuation of residents there. Also, dramatic video of the massive flooding in southern France that has now claimed dozens of lives. And he's back. The former king of late night joins Bart Simpson for a night.
It really is true that cars simply sell for less in Vancouver. Yes, over the past 2 years, the number of Oregon residents buying cars in Vancouver has increased dramatically. It's there in the records. People are learning that Vancouver auto dealers have advantages in taxes, interest rates, and overhead, which make a big impact on prices. So if you live in Vancouver, stay home. If you live in Oregon, come on over. Because it is true, cars simply sell for less.
In Vancouver!
Hey, did you get what I got? Ew, you got what I got. I'm tired of burgers. I'm going to Arby's for some barbecue. That's right, Arby's. They've got this new barbecue for only 99 cents, loaded with slow-roasted roast beef, marinated and simmered in tangy barbecue sauce. Just like at Skeeter's Barbecue Pit, except you don't have to talk to Skeeter. Try the new barbecue, only 99 cents. Come on, what are you waiting for?
Arby's is different.
Hey, different is good.